everybody remembers, we all had a very tough time during the pandemic. There were so many rules and regulations, and people in power got removed from power for apparently having some kind of very loose birthday party. That was, of course, the Right Honourable Boris Johnson, the then British Prime Minister. And it's funny, isn't it, how the rules apply to some and not to the others. Our current British Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Sir Keir Starmer, is supposedly a lawyer in another life. But time and time again, he's fudged the truth, the real issues. And this is really becoming sort of cataclysmic for him now, because clearly people are digging away. Now, here's where it gets interesting, you see, because I've been told from sources inside Downing Street, they don't matter how much mud that the media sling at them, they are now in power for the next 3.5 years, unless a revolution or indeed His Majesty the King, King Charles, really gets to grip and realises that his people don't want to be forced and pushed around by this communist-style government, as people have suggested. It's interesting, isn't it? Because you see, when you look at a picture like this literally tells you every single thing that you need to know about how protected Sir Keir Starmer was. As ever, let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you. Thank you so much. It is interesting, this story, because clearly, I don't know if you're aware of this, but apparently Sir Keir Starmer had voice training lessons from this woman, Leonie. You kind of wonder how well her career's developed since this has come out, don't you? It's fascinating, let me tell you, chums, because I've been approached on many different occasions by people in power, Conservative, Lib Dems, you name it, Labour, and they all want sort of media training on how to present themselves to the camera. Voice coaching, that sort of stuff. Now, literally, I would have never wanted to have the difficult task of trying to make the current British Prime Minister more palatable, and I'm not being unkind. He just has one of those personalities. Do you remember when they used to call John Major the man in grey? Well, literally, this is a reincarnation, and John had a sparkling personality, but he presented himself as more severe on camera. That's what happens. Keir Starmer is literally dull on camera and off camera. There's no two ways about it. I can say that. I've met him. But what's interesting now is this story is really engulfing him, because clearly many people are suggesting, and as ever, allegedly, he broke lockdown rules by having meetings with this particular vocal coach. But it gets worse than that, you see, because as you can imagine, why is this now not reported to various things? Now, here's where this story really escalates, because take a look at this picture. This picture was taken literally on the day that Sir Keir got voted in his power. He was in number 10 Downing Street, and all of these fawning mainstream media journalists couldn't wait to jump on that free flight with him, jollies, champagne, nibbles, making sure, of course, that he was the man of the moment. Do not forget the mainstream media, the likes, of course, of Carol Vorderman, and indeed Sky News' Kay Burley let out that almighty groan because she was so thrilled these people were in power. These people pushed him forward for you. They pushed forward all the tax rises, the winter fuel cuts. Make no mistake about it. Rishi Sunak warned everybody that this would happen, but nobody believed him. Now, apparently, nothing was wrong. According to him, he did nothing wrong. No, there was nothing to declare, etc. And as I said at the start of the video, the bottom line is, they believe you can push and shove and do everything you want, but we've got 3.5 years of this. Now, some might suggest, of course, that the Reform Party could be the way forward. But as I said, that's 3.5 years down the line. And with the local elections now being threatened to be cancelled over here in May, many people are now suggesting they're not going to pay their council tax because they've not given the choice of the person that they want to represent them. Whether Keir Starmer can wriggle his way out of this one, being a lawyer or not, things are not looking good. And quite frankly, nobody believes him. Keir Starmer is literally, some might suggest, the biggest liar ever to grace that famous black door in 10 Downing Street. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.